Hey there, welcome back to the Goods Insight videos. I'm so glad you're here today because I'm sharing advice on a crucial e-commerce element that I know you aren't making the most of: confirmation emails. This video has it all: how to drive sales with e-commerce confirmation emails, how to boost engagement and conversions, and what to include in your design and more. Let's get started. While our inboxes are fairly flooded, something like 319 billion emails are sent every day. We're still spending a good deal of time there, 5 hours a day, in fact. Your customers are hanging out in their inbox. And if you do a few things right, they're also opening your confirmation emails. So in these emails, you have the opportunity to start a one-on-one conversation with your prospects, to touch base with prospects at a critical point in the customer lifecycle, to track valuable data for better engagement, and boost conversions with well-timed call to actions. And you can stand out in a very crowded marketplace with an exceptional experience. I'm sure that already has you excited and are ready to dive into the how. But before we go there, we need to review the 3 types of e-commerce confirmation emails that you'll be able to optimize with our tips. Confirmation emails, as the name implies, confirm that the customer or retailer took some kind of action. 3 actions that commonly trigger a confirmation email are: a visitor subscribing to your email list. When a visitor on your website signs up to your mailing list or your loyalty program, they're sent a subscription confirmation email. 2, when somebody buys something from you. When a visitor completes a purchase on your website, they're sent a purchase confirmation email. This email typically summarizes important order details and answers any questions that your customer may have about the order. And 3, you ship the item. Once the product is shipped, you'll send the customer a shipping confirmation email to notify the customer that their purchase is on the way. Now, there are other types of email confirmations, of course. If you run webinars, you'll send a registration confirmation. And if you're a boutique hotel, you'll send a booking confirmation. But these are a bit less common. There are 3 that almost every brand will deal with. Now, here's how to design all 3 of those in a way that builds rapport and improves conversion. First up, get their attention as soon as possible with optimized subject lines. We're starting with this one because your recipient will need to open the email to see anything else on your list. So here are some tips for great confirmation email subject lines. First, use no more than 9 words or 60 characters. Use only 1 emoji. Avoid using more than 3 punctuation marks. Make sure that it's obvious the email is from your brand. Get personal with them. Emails with personalized subject lines are 50% more likely to be opened. Do something different. Subscribers should still be able to recognize what your email is about, of course, but that doesn't mean you have to use the same subject lines as everyone else. Next up, make sure you include relevant information and only what is necessary. Once the recipient opens your email, the content must be immediately useful. Make sure that your email serves the customer before anything else. This means including all the necessary information in a clear and succinct way. What information is necessary and relevant? If you're sending an order confirmation email, you'll want to include at least the following: a confirmation that the order went through, an explanation of how it will ship and how they can track it, an image of what the customer purchased, and information about who the contact if they have problems, and maybe a cross-sell using like a Klaviyo or Privy if it's appropriate. And lastly, if it's a shipping confirmation, include these items. If you're sending a shipping update, make sure that you have expedited delivery and date ranges, tracking information, and additional resources such as tips that will help your customer use the product when it arrives. Now, if you're sending a subscription confirmation, say a marketing email or newsletter confirmation, you'll want to keep in mind a little bit of context. Did the subscriber come for discounts? Did they sign up because they wanted email receipts? Are they there for your loyalty program? So first deliver on why the customer signed up, then also consider including a warm welcome, any incentive that they signed up to receive, a clear prominent button for a double opt-in if you need to have that set up, how to unsubscribe, because no one likes feeling trapped, and maybe a prompt for a self-segment. For example, are they interested in promotions, tips, or community advice? Okay, so now you know what to include. What else should you keep in mind when building out your confirmation emails? You want to start this relationship out on a good foot, so make sure you set expectations. Remember, consumers are protective of their inboxes, and they, much like you, don't have the patience for emails that add more noise than value. Now, if you want them to keep opening your emails, you have to delight them. And the best way to delight your recipient? Start the conversation off with whatever they're most concerned about, then confirm the action that they just took. From that point, you can transition into any educational or lead nurturing information that you want to include. Make a good first impression, and subscribers will be more likely to keep you in their inbox. As you continue designing or writing your email, make sure to add clear next steps and maybe even tease an upcoming email. Have you ever felt like you've been left in the dark and you're not sure what's coming next or when? It's an uncomfortable feeling for anyone. And it's a feeling your visitors don't ever have to experience if you're intentional about what you put in your confirmation emails. No matter what type you're sending, tell your recipient what emails are coming next. Promotions, shipping, tips for using the product or earning rewards, spell it out. Subscription confirmation emails can be a little bit trickier, especially if you don't have a set welcome sequence, which, by the way, is a good thing to put together. Even so, consider at least telling the subscriber what types of emails they can expect going forward. Now, you're probably at that point wondering, this is all great. How do I actually write the content? My best tip, write like a human, not a car salesman. People connect with people. So you want to make sure that your copy in your email sounds like it came from a person and not a robot. You can tell your brand story via the elements throughout the email. And don't get me wrong, even though you aren't a car salesman, you're still selling something. So keep your elements on brand. From colors and font to the logo and voice, make sure that your brand concept is evident in every email you send, including, yes, the confirmation emails. Never use the stock design provided by your email or marketing automation platform. Every email should look and sound like you. Your emails should also be easy to digest with skimmable structures. Prospects don't brew tea, grab a blanket, and settle in to read your latest email line by line. Far from it. Assume they open it, they'll quickly skim the content to see if it's interesting. This means you have seconds to earn the reader's attention. Now, don't overload with information right off the bat. Make the confirmation email easy to read. And remember to keep the information focused on them, not you. And a good way to do this is to start with short blocks of text. Icons can help a lot too. As you build out the structure, don't forget to keep your email phone and tablet friendly. I recommend a mobile first design. According to Litmus, recipients opened 39.9% of emails on mobile devices in 2020. Yes, your emails need to be mobile friendly. To make sure they are, always test your emails on a mobile device, either by just sending it to yourself or an employee or using a platform to test it, such as Litmus. Never assume that an email will look as good or perform as well on a small screen as it will on a big one. Now, to wrap up the final two elements. First, join your customer in a friendly celebration and confirmation milestones with rewards. This could be as simple as a well-chosen GIF or a little bit of illustrated confetti or a great big hurrah, or it could be something more concrete, such as a reward or a discount. And remember, there are plenty of ways to discount without taking a percentage off. Lastly, you may want to consider adding an appropriate call to action to your emails. Just remember to choose carefully here. What could you prompt readers to do? Well, I have several ideas. You could tell the elevator pitch of your brand story or mission and invite readers to dive into a more detailed narrative. You could introduce your team and tell their impactful stories. You could share positive reviews and testimonials from customers who also bought the item and get them excited. You could proactively address common, frequently asked questions. You could reassure recipients about refunds or return policies, especially for items like apparel. And you can educate them on how to use the product once they get it in their hands. You can invite them to opt into your loyalty program or another exclusive group. You can give subscribers a special reward, maybe, something like free shipping. Now, with a little creative thought and a good deal of customer understanding, you'll identify several ways to keep the conversation going for your customers and keep them coming back for more. Just remember not to sacrifice the details of that order confirmation for the sake of marketing. Focus on delivering value to the customer first, then ask if there is a way to deliver additional value in a promotional way. Maybe something like a referral invitation, participation in a referral rewards program, or many other options. But again, the confirmation takes priority. Okay, that wraps up all the elements you'll want in your confirmation emails to include, and it gives you a ton of ideas to pack in a small space. Here are all the confirmation email elements that we covered. Relevant information, setting the right expectations, clear next steps, use human writing, have brand specific elements, make it a skimmable structure, optimize that subject line, and make sure you do a mobile first design. And depending on your brand and your brand's email's contents, you may also want to include a celebration or a well-timed call to action. Now remember, your confirmation emails don't have to be dry and transactional, but they do have to deliver value to the customer and happily help them continue their journey. And there are many more opportunities to turn a bland template into a strategic advantage for your brand. So if you need help driving more conversions with your emails and e-commerce website, check out the goods services page where we have a video all about this. We have over a decade of experience helping e-commerce brands, big and small, make winning optimizations to their customer experience. Thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, share with your friends and colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll always be the first to know about our e-commerce videos.